Hello, friends, and welcome to Figure Study, where we appreciate the form in Transformers. And today, finally taking a look at Transformers Prime Cup. I mentioned this guy in my top 10 video from however long ago it was. It was a while ago. I should probably do another one of those just for fun, like I do all these videos. Anyway, I had said I wanted to do a proper figure study on Cup. Never got around to it. I'm getting around to it now. So yay! It's finally happening. And yeah, so Transformers Prime Cup. He is a truck. And he's not a bad looking one. It's slightly semi-futuristic just in terms of like the sharp angles. He almost has like a little bit of a concept car look going on here. He's okay in terms of the paint scheme, like the pea lime green stripes just seem, I don't know, like they're just trying to put something here that would break up the monotony a little bit. And on the hood there, I mean, I prefer this detail more than these just seem, I don't know, I kind of wish that these were a slightly different shade though. And then there's this gold, which honestly I don't think the gold goes with the green very well. I think if it was silver, it'd probably look a little bit better. So yeah, color-wise, he's okay. I mean, the base green for Cup I think is fine. And I do appreciate that they have a little bit of gray on the front and on the back for bumpers. So that's something. But it could have been better. And of course, you got unpainted wheels, which is always a disappointment for me. I will say, though, I do like the fact that they actually bothered to make the windows clear all the way around. I think actually making them clear is completely pointless and silly, but hey, it's consistent. At least there's that. I mean, yeah, it's silly because, I mean, just what are you even looking into the cab for? There's nothing in there but fists. It's just robot fists. Why? Why did that need to be clear? Anyway. Stopping with the ranting. But yeah, not a bad looking truck overall. Looks heavy duty. Looks pretty big. Not as, smaller than Bulkhead, but he's, not a bad truck overall. The only real issue with this truck mode is that. Ooh, there you can see it. There's a giant hole in the bed. And yeah, if you have his accessories in, it kind of masks it a little bit from angles, but if you look at it dead on, you can still totally see it. And there has to have been something that they could have done with that, Like, even if it was just a panel that folded up along here in robot mode or something. I don't know. That's a shame. And the underside is nothing to write home about. So yeah. Cup. Pardon me while I try to remember where I put Samus so we can do the size comparison. There you go. He looks like a big truck. He's not a very big truck. He's relatively tiny. Not that that particularly bothers me, but yeah, he's not a very big figure. Pardon me. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think the shape is nice, except for that nonsense, but the color, I think, could be better. The green is fine, but the bright green and the gold is just, Not really doing it for me. I don't know. Anyway, this truck's alright, but robot mode is really where it's at, because, I mean, that's always where it's really at, right? And then Cup's robot mode. And before I get too far into it, this is the official transformation where you've got this nonsense going on in his back. I am gonna do the thing that everyone else does because it's so much better. Just pop that off, spin it around, and pop it back. Pop it. There we go. That's much better. And yeah, like I've seen a lot of people mention, it seems like that's supposed to fit like that because it almost seems designed to fit that way, so I don't know why you got to pull it off, but hey, whatever. It cleans it up, and it's an easy thing to do. So yeah. Transformers Prime Cup. I actually really like the look of this guy. I do. It's just, he's burly looking. There's a kitten trying to screw things up for me. Go on, go play with your actual toy. Play with your toys, not my toys. Anyway, he's burly. There's some nice color breakup here. You've got that green, and now you've got this gray that was a little, like, you can only see a little bit of it in vehicle mode for the bumpers. But here, I think it works much better with that green. And then you've got this gold that I'm still not a huge fan of, but there's less of it, at least. So there's that. A little bit odd, I think, that you've got this gray predominantly throughout the middle of the body, but then his feet are black. I'm not entirely sure why they didn't just go with like black all throughout or gray all throughout, but I wasn't sitting, you know, I have no idea why they did that. But yeah, I mean, not bad. I actually, one of the things that I like most about this figure is the fact that he's got this like chunky exosuit look to him. Like he almost looks like a person wearing a big spacesuit exoskeleton type thing, with like just the giant shoulders and the enclosed collar area here. The wheels that are on the back of his shoulders kind of bulk his shoulders out a little bit more and just look neat. The slightly chunky feet and boots. I mean, nothing's as chunky as this midsection, but I don't know. I really like the silhouette of this guy. He is pretty nifty, and he is also got a decent amount of texture all throughout, like some rivets on the legs there, and just, yeah, a little bit of hollowness on the inside, but that's not the angle you really look at him from. Some nice detail in the midsection, some extra detail, textural, inside behind this piece of glass, which I think is supposed to be a windshield. I don't know for sure, but hey, it looks all right. Teeny tiny Autobot symbol in that gold that I'm not a huge fan of. Neither here nor there about this, but I do like this green that they've got going on. Just kind of, it adds a little bit more visual interest to that midsection. And then you've got the big chunky arms, which I do like. I am into the big arms. I think they look neat. And like I said, like even from the back, it's neat because you've got these 4 wheels that I think just make some nice little visual interest points. And his backpack is a respectable size. And for his head, he looks like a grumpy dude wearing a helmet. And again, that gold paint that I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know. Oh, and I also actually kind of like how the fender splits apart and becomes part of the shoulder pads as well. I don't know, there are just a lot of nice little details to this guy that I really enjoy. Chief of which being that whole exosuit look. There we go. Trying to get him centered again. Now, I know there's some back and forth, or there was some back and forth since this toy is like years old by now, but there was some back and forth with people not too happy about Cup because they figured he should be Ironhide. Fine, I guess. I have no particular, I don't have a horse in this race, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of either character. I'm not all that familiar with either character. But in my opinion, the green looks better than the red. So, yeah, sorry. Sorry if that bothers anyone. But I think the green and the gray, like this here, even though it could use like silver instead of gold and, a little bit of continuity in terms of like the black and the gray and stuff. Even with that, I think this green and this shape and just overall, this looks better than Ironhide. I don't own Ironhide, I'll admit that. I do not own Transformers Prime Ironhide, but I have seen enough videos and pictures of Ironhide that I feel confident saying that I think the color scheme for Cup is actually better. That's my 2 cents. Anyway, on the topic of exosuits, bring in Samus here. As you can see, he gets, pretty decent size once he's in robot mode. And again, I really like the overall shape of this guy. Just the burliness, the exoskeleton look. And as I mentioned in my top 10 video, I actually didn't care much for him at all. And then I realized I had his hips transformed wrong. Because before, there's like this thing you have to pivot down, and I didn't pivot it down, so it had his hips like up here, and it looked weird, and he just looked too shrimpy. And then when I realized what I was doing wrong and I started transforming him correctly, he looks so much better. But yeah, Transformers Prime Cup, very cool in my opinion. He is a lot of fun, just in terms of look, and transforming him back and forth is a snap. I think I mentioned this in the top 10, he's like a figure that I bring with me to work sometimes just to fiddle with, just because. He's fun. He's neat. He's cool. Looks better than Ironhide, in my opinion. Anyway, I think that's enough of that. So, thank you everybody for watching. That has been my look at Transformers Prime Cup. As per usual, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Any combination of those 3 would make me a happy Rob. And remember, art is more than meets the eye.